Good personal hygiene is one of the most important aspects of food safety, ensuring that you do not contaminate the food you handle. Before going to work, you must ensure that you are generally clean and tidy. Make sure that fingernails are kept short, so that dirt and bacteria cannot collect under them and they can be easily cleaned. Don't wear nail varnish. It can flake and fall into food. You shouldn't wear heavy makeup, bits of which can fall off. And avoid heavily scented perfume or aftershave, because the smell can flavour food. Damaged skin can be full of the pathogenic bacteria Staphylococcus aureus. If you have a cut, graze, burn or boil, cover it with a waterproof food handler's plaster, which can be easily seen or picked up by a metal detector if it falls into food and the food then be thrown away. You have a duty to ensure that you are fit to work with food. If you or someone with whom you have close contact is suffering from any food poisoning symptoms or a contagious illness, or you personally have a heavy cold, septic wound or boil, then you must not handle food. Tell your employer immediately. You may need medical clearance before restarting work. Before entering a food handling area, you must remove your outdoor overclothing and leave it in the place provided. Remove jewellery, including dress rings, necklaces and watches which could fall into food. Then put on the protective clothing provided. What you have to wear will depend on the job you do and the type of food you handle, but it may include special footwear, hair covering and overgarments. Protective clothing is designed to prevent you and your clothing contaminating food, so make sure hair nets and hats completely cover your hair and that overgarments are properly done up and cover your clothing. Keep protective clothing clean or use disposables. Before touching any food or food equipment, you must wash your hands thoroughly. In some food operations, especially manufacturing, you may have to go through a set of cleaning procedures. Never take shortcuts with these. They are vital to food safety. You must not take personal items into the food area. They could carry contamination. It is illegal to smoke in a place where food is prepared. Not only is there the possibility of ash dropping into food, physical contamination, you will be touching your mouth and bacteria may get onto your hands and then onto the food. If you must smoke, do it in a designated area during your break. Whilst handling food, you must not eat things or chew gum. You'll be generating saliva which may get into food. You should never lick your fingers or blow on food, or things which come into contact with food. Avoid touching your hair or face, and especially your nose, mouth or ears, where bacteria may be present. If you do accidentally do any of these things, wash your hands immediately. You should also try to avoid touching food with your hands, unless it's absolutely necessary. It's better to use tongs or other utensils. You must never cough or sneeze over food or food equipment. The throat, nose and mouth can contain Staphylococcus bacteria, and a sneeze or cough will spray it everywhere. When you need to blow your nose, do it away from food, using a paper tissue which is thrown away. Then wash your hands. If you have to visit the toilet, be sure to remove your protective clothing first and wash your hands thoroughly before putting it back on again. Hand washing really is the most important thing a food handler has to do, and proper washing facilities, which include hot and cold water, soap and drying facilities, must be provided. As a food handler, it is your responsibility to make full use of these facilities, So if you touch anything which might contain bacteria, wash your hands thoroughly.